Case of Northern Ireland by Martin Bell.
Sir Clive Sinclair, the man who first put computers in Britain's homes, has sold his business to a rival, Amstrad. The price, £5 million. Sinclair Research, Sir Clive's company, has been making big losses, recently estimated at £1 million a month. Amstrad is a profitable British company built up by Alan Sugar. Now he takes over the making and the selling of the Sinclair computers.
It was the day the boffin handed over to the business brain, as Sir Clive Sinclair, founder of the British home computer industry, sold out to Alan Sugar, whose Amstrad company only started in computers 2 years ago. Sinclair still has 40% of the market, but the boom days are over. Everyone agrees he's a brilliant inventor, but his brain children haven't always been reliable or sold well. His latest invention, the C5 electric tricycle, was launched with a fanfare, but never found a market. Today's deal clears most of his debts and leaves him to do what he likes best, research.
We are innovators, researchers. We come up with new product ideas, new market ideas. But we've always recognized that once a market flattened in terms of the technology, that we were never going to be able to compete with the experts in mass marketing, mass production, and that we ought to hand over to them.
By contrast, Alan Sugar has specialized in marketing, in no-frills designs at cut prices. He's a salesman rather than a scientist. He started up in 1965 selling car aerials. In 1968 he formed Amstrad, an acronym of his own name, Alan Michael Sugar Trading. He produced hi-fi equipment. And by 1980, when Amstrad went public, its market value was £8 million. By 1984, Sugar was into personal computers. The company's market value now £80 million. Today, the market value is £521 million, and the latest target, America.
We bought the Sinclair brand name on computers. We will market the Sinclair computers worldwide.
Yet it costs just $390.
Amstrad's trademark is the hard sell, and now Sinclair should get the benefit.
One of the country's top policemen has warned the government not to cut the number of customs investigators whose job it is to catch drug traffickers. The West Yorkshire Chief Constable says they're the mainstay in the fight against drugs. Last year, customs seized record amounts of cocaine and heroin. The amount of heroin was up by half. And now there's a new weapon in the fight against the drug traffickers, a secret telephone hotline. Anyone with information can talk to the authorities directly and in confidence.
Customs officers are stepping up their war against drug smugglers and hope to recruit an army of amateur detectives on the confidential hotline.
Good morning, this is Free Phone Customs Drugs. Can I help you?
A national telephone link 24 hours a day.
I see. What sort of drugs is he involved in? Do you know? He's involved in heroin.
Highly organised international gangs now threaten every country in the world, smuggling vast quantities and varieties of drugs.
Large quantities of drugs are brought in by fairly large ships, then they have to be offloaded into smaller boats. That sort of activity, either if it's observed at sea, or if the stuff is seen being brought into the shore. Then there are vehicles, you know, these very large lorries which come in from the continent, if they're smuggling drugs, and they have to offload the cartons of drugs. Then there's light aircraft.